Hello friends, today in this video I am going to discuss the short story The Three Strangers by Thomas Hardy. And in this video I'll discuss introduction to writer, his writing style, the summary, plot analysis, character analysis, themes of the story, and we'll see some literary device use. So let's begin. This is the text of the short story, and we'll move on to introduction to writer and his writing style. Thomas Hardy, the world's predominant novelist, poet, short story writer, rural life, and he adopts a prose style and characterization. He is very good at characterization, describing his characters, and social criticism is there in his writing. And he was a fierce critic of poverty as well. Poverty has been discussed in his writing, and his tone is melancholic. And in his short story, you'll find mystery and suspense. Now, a short, very brief summary of the short story. The Three Strangers. It tells a tale of very intriguing tale what happens during a stormy night in a remote cottage. There is a party to celebrate the birth and christening of a newborn. And during the party, three strangers knock on the door, and the tension of the plot increases when the guests realize that they have a criminal in amongst them. And fortunately for the ship stealing, so actually, there was a criminal, the strangers who stole a ship, and he came to the party. And second stranger who was an executioner, and so he came here to identify the criminal. And third stranger who was the brother of first stranger, he entered there, and when see his brother and the executioner, he went out and run away from the party. So some people go run after him to catch him. To they wonder that why he run away so quickly. And what happens? The guests believe the incorrect person is the criminal, and the thief gets away. So it's a very brief summary, and now we'll discuss character analysis. The three strangers. The first one is the clockmaker, the second is hangman, and the third one is clockmaker's brother. We'll discuss each character, the three strangers, in detail. The first clockmaker, he was the first stranger to come in, and he was tall and dark man, about 40 years old, and he stole a sheep because he needed to find to feed his children because he had no money and nobody knew with it. As I already told that Thomas Hardy in his writing shows portrayal poverty, and especially in this story it's the extreme level of poverty, and their society. Stealing a sheep was something, a very great crime, considered a very great crime, and the thief must be sentenced to death for that stealing a sheep. And we'll see the second character, hangman, the executioner. Okay, hangman, the one who hangs people, executioner you can call. He was the second stranger to come in, and he was older than the first stranger. He was on the way to Castro Beach to hang the clockmaker because he stole the sheep. And we'll see the third stranger who was the clockmaker's brother, who was the third stranger to come in. He went to his brother to say his goodbye to him, and he knocked on the door. When he saw his brother with the hangman, so he ran away. And other minor characters are there, but the three strangers are the story revolves around three strangers. And we'll analyze the plot. The first part is exposition, beginning. The exposition of a story introduce the setting. As you know that the setting, you see the storm, the rain, and characters using figurative language and imagery. In Three Strangers, a crowd of jovial partygoers are introduced, and second one in the rising action introduce the story's first conflict. In our example, the strangers begin to appear in the party uninvitedly, making the partiers anxious why they are here. And third one, the resolution solves the conflict of the story. This often leaves the reader with a parting thought or emotional state. So this is diagram of plot, and the themes will see the virtuous the virtuous, though humble, will inevitably triumph over the corrupt, greedy, and oppressive of the middle and upper class has been discussed there. Okay, Victoria. And as men grow older, they tend to grow more conservative. So, conservative society, yes, the rural area, the society where this story is set is a conservative society where a small crime like stealing a sheep is considered a very big crime, and the punishment will be sentenced to death or hanging. Poverty is there, yes, another theme you can say poverty. They were extreme poor. And why did he stole the sheep? What do you think? He stole this to feed his family because he was very poor. Poverty is another theme, and then justice is also a prominent theme there. It's not a justice to hang a person for stealing a sheep, so it's not a big crime. So it's not just, so justice, injustice is there. And so there was alarm. Okay, the policeman caught the clocksmaker brother said, I'm not the prisoner, uh, and said that prisoner and his brother. And then they went with him to cottage. He explained everything. Everybody now knew the first stranger was a clockmaker. Next day they looked for the clockmaker, but they never found him. And figurative language used in the story. The simile is used many instances in the story. When describing the rainstorm, the author states that the level rainstorm smooth walls, slopes, and hedges like courtyard shafts of sunlight and frenzy. So here like is used for comparison simile. And when two of strangers are sharing the mug of mead, the author once again employs the use of simile. He described the edge of the mug as a huge vessel of brown ware, having its upper edge worn away like a threshold. So this is a short analysis of this short story. Hope you understand. I'll provide you the notes link in the description. Thank you for watching.